fun, but why not make it even worse?
Couldn't be simpler, Sean. So old Pat Sherwood would say is that you got squat cleans and dips, yet we're gonna add a couple reps at the end, make sure everybody gets below parallel as they should, and those parallel bar traverses ends up being possibly the end-all be-all of this particular event. Yes, squat cleans, as it should always be done when you're talking about Elizabeth, but the parallel bars is nothing new if you know the history of your CrossFit methodology. What that means for the future, a bit more fun practice in the gym, that's what I think.
10 men in this second of 4 heats. 3 rookies will be on the floor. Colton Mertens will be in lane number 10.
Martins is one of the smaller athletes, but he's also one of the stronger ones. And when you think about cycling a barbell, squat cleans at 135, that is going to be a good movement for his skill set and strength in this event.
Saxon Panchik had a career year last year. He finished 5th overall at the CrossFit Games. Right now, 23rd place overall.
Definitely not the start that he's wanted to. He just hasn't had a clean run yet. Hopefully he can get things squared away after this event.
Second of 4 heats has begun. 9 minutes 48.01 seconds is the time to beat. That belongs to Cole Greasaver, who did that in the prior heat.
Now, if you want to get under the time cap, you don't have to send the beginning. You don't need to go unbroken. Quick singles will work just fine. If you want to get out of this heat, you're going to have to push the pace a lot faster than maybe you were prepared to, depending on how you came in on the leaderboard.
There is Brent Fikowski in lane 3, just looking like he's just dropping right under it.
He is, and he's not extending the hips through the middle, and it's not necessary as far as completing the full range of motion of the clean in this setting. And for Fikowski, you look at something like a squat clean. Anthropometrics has a big part in this. If you have, if you're a smaller athlete, your cycle rate is faster. Fikowski, being one of the taller ones, is just trying to get any type of mechanical advantage as he can. So not standing up through the pull is one way he can cycle the bar a little bit faster along with some of the smaller athletes.
Jay Crouch is the first man done with us 21 cleans, and he's moving to the parallel bars. Here comes Brent Fikowski. Wild Protein Chips are the official protein chips of the Noble CrossFit Games. Order online or find them nationwide at Whole Foods, Sprouts, and select Target locations. They're also available regionally at Costco, H-E-B, Wegmans, Giant, select Albertsons Safeway locations, and King Soopers.
All these athletes are a little shaky on their first traverse. Fikowski, now this is actually deliberate. Look at the backswing on Fikowski. So he's going to turn around. He actually has big steps on the traverse, but watch this next set. Fikowski is notorious for finding little tricks that he can do. So he's going to swing the feet and use that backswing as momentum to help lock it out. It's a little different kip. This is more, I mean, if you wanted to call it a glide kip like we would see on a bar, that is one of those, but that's just a little trick for Fikowski to help him lock out those dips.
Jay Crouch, meanwhile, has finished his first set of dips, and he is back to the barbell all by himself to begin the round of 15.
Now, the time at which he really extended on everybody was during these cleans in the set of 21.
Colton Mertens is now in second, followed by Guillaume Briand and Travis Mayer. Let's bring in Mike Arsenault down on the competition floor.
We've seen 2 different strategies on the cleans, either unbroken mini sets or singles, or breaking up those mini sets as you go. So I was curious, what is the best strategy? Chase, I know I usually come to you with these questions, but when you have 5-time CrossFit Games champion Matt Fraser in the warm-up area, you go to him. And he told me, and I quote, there's no way he'd be dropping the bar in this event. The weight is too light, and that's including that he hasn't been in competition shape in 2 years. So Chase, I apologize, but you have as many CrossFit Games championships as I do.
It's funny that you mentioned that, is that I was actually talking to Ben Smith about Laura Horvath, because he's been coaching her, and he says, Laura hasn't touched a 95-pound barbell in about 6 months. So that barbell cycling, Mike, as you're referencing to, with the caliber of athletes in this field, it is a near irrelevant piece of equipment if you have all your boxes checked. If not, you're gonna have to navigate that in the best way you can.
Jake Crouch continues to lead her. Colton Mertens sits in second. Travis Mayer, Brent Fikowski, and Guillaume Briand are fighting for third as Mertens makes his way back to the parallel bars on the bottom left-hand part of your screen to start his set of 15. Baden Brown making his 4th career appearance here at the CrossFit Games. His best finish was in 2020 when he finished 11th overall. And there is Colton Mertens, his 2nd appearance as an individual. He was on a team back in 2018 with CrossFit Kilo. They finished 18th that year.
Mertens looking much better on this set than he did on the first one in this round of 21. As we said earlier, is that these are not in the warm-up area. So they aren't able to practice on this specifically. They've been doing some makeshift work in the back. They've been using parallettes on plates just to get a feel for that lockout position. With the way these parallel bars bend, it's a big difference. And Mertens on the right side, this is where I think he may be able to put some distance or close the distance on Crouch a little bit. His ability to cycle a barbell, the strength that he has in his legs, is going to be a valuable asset on the back half of this event.
You're past the halfway point of this second of 4 heats. 10-minute time cap here. Only one man so far has finished the event. That was Cole Griesaber in heat number 1. 9:48.01 seconds is the time to beat as Jake Crouch is done with his first round of 9, as is Colton Mertens. So Mertens starting to reel in Jake Crouch. Crouch chalking up his hands in the middle of the screen there. Took a look to his left and saw Mertens bearing down on him, and Colton Mertens is now in the lead.
Mertens didn't even look to the right. He just went right up on the parallel bars and hopped up. Now he'll look across to see where Crouch is at. I like that move from Mertens. You be surprised about the mind games that can be played on the competition floor. And one of those is resting very little, transitioning between the two. Looking over, seeing where your competitors are, hopping up before they see you. A lot of tricks out there some athletes can use to their advantage.
Mertens is now in the lead, heads back to the barbell for his second of 3 sets of 9. He's through 90 of the 126 scored repetitions in this event.
You talk about confidence, how about running to your barbell from the parallel bars? I haven't seen anybody do that so far.
Cole Griesaber's time to beat the bottom left-hand part of your screen.
First time we've seen Mertens break all the way through this set of 21-15 and first set of 9. He did his first 3 cleans unbroken and now opting for this quick singles. And as long as he can keep moving, hey, sometimes you just need a little breather, get the pump out of your legs and go back to it. And that's what we see Mertens doing.
Mertens done with his second round of 9 on the barbell. Jason Hopper is next to him. Hopper right now is in 10th place in this heat, as Mertens has really separated himself from Jake Crouch for the top spot in this heat right now. And now Mertens is going to try to zero in on Cole Griesaber's top time of 9:48.01 seconds.
Mertens looks very strong. The good thing too is he just looks calm. A lot of times you want to see where an athlete's state of mind is. You can see it on their face in the middle of an event. Whether it's during breaks, in between reps on the cleans. Mertens looks great.
And Mertens is done. 18 reps remain. 9 on the barbell, 9 more on the parallel bars.
There it is, 8 minutes on the clock.
Less than 2 to go before we hit the time cap. Mertens through his first 3.
Set of 2, set of 1. On his last set, he went 3 singles and 3. And a lot of that just means he is pushing himself to the edge. Because this isn't a weight, this isn't a rep scheme that should really force Mertens into singles, but the pace at which he's been trying to go since the beginning, this is a necessity. And sometimes it's that little shoulder break that he's gonna need on these traverses.
Mertens once again right to work on the parallel bars. Looking to overtake Cole Griesaber and set the top time with 2 heats remaining. Austin Spencer has not come across the finish line. He may have accidentally tripped his time chip. Mertens now with 3 reps remaining. And Colton Mertens is going to do it, and he has the new top time at the halfway point of event number 4. 9:24.49 seconds. Enrico Zanoni is the man in the white belt. He currently sits in 2nd place. And he's going to have to hurry if he wants to get himself across the finish line. Inside the time cap is now just Cole Griesaber and Colton Mertens, the only 2 men to finish this event inside that 10-minute time cap. Colton Mertens, his best event finish, 15th, and that was an event 4 last year at the CrossFit Games.
Crouch it out early. First set of 21. Trying to hold off Mertens that middle set of 15, but it was his 3rd set, or this first set of 9, where Mertens made his move. He was unbroken through about 80% of the event, but he got better and better on the parallel bars as he came to them. His first set of 7 was a little shaky, but he